Hi, it's Brad Tompkins, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this little box called a basket box, and this is out of 8.5 by 11 paper. You can tell I just took some decorative paper that somebody had, a brochure of some kind, and it's two-sided, this paper is, so you have a pattern on both sides. Now, I hope you have taken a look at some of the other tutorials. This is not a super advanced box, but you will want to do some of the earlier or easier ones prior to starting this one or trying this one out. And this is all just a creative thing, you know, it's a learning thing. So if you enjoy folding boxes like I do, you'll enjoy folding more and more complex ones as you work. And I'm going to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and we'll get started on this box. Now, I always keep a bunch of different paper handy for this sort of work, and sometimes I pre-print paper. These are craft papers I bought at a craft store that have you know, a nice texture feel to them, and they're printed on one side. You can also just use paper that is more like stationery, and that's what this one is. And I'm going to work with that one today. And this particular diagram is pretty easy to follow. I have seen a similar box to this at a USA Origami conference, but I'm pretty sure this specific pattern is mine, and I haven't seen it done by anybody else. So we're going to start with a fold straight down the middle. Okay, so just a valley fold with the color side down, and we're going to make a series of marking folds here on the colored side. Now, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to see the marks, but when you fold, you'll be able to see them pretty easily, so that to the center. So what I'm going to do is fold the edge to the center and just make a small crease. Do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to take the edge and go across to the fold that I made on the opposite side and mark that one. Same thing on this side. And so what I'm left with is two small marks on either side of the central fold, and that's the one that we're going to use. So I'm going to take my edge and crease all the way across to that mark on the other side of the valley fold, or the mountain fold here, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, those little preliminary marks like that help you to accurately fold the box without having to do any measuring. So you know that if you follow that pattern every time, you'll have the pattern. Okay, so what we've got here is a valley and two mountain folds, and what we're going to work with is we're going to work with the from this point on, we're going to work with the color side down, and we're going to make a series of folds. The first one starts up here in the middle, and we're going to crease the corner down to the center line, and we're going to crease just on the inside column. Same thing here. Okay, in other words, I'm not creasing all the way down, just to the inside. On this side, on the other side, we're going to crease across to the mountain fold. And same thing on this side. Corner to the mountain fold, and so you see I have a apex here along the central fold, and then one kind of like making a paper airplane at the top. Okay, so we're now going to turn the paper sideways. I'm going to fold the edge across to the base of that pyramid over there. Same thing over here. I also want to crease here. And you can see the exact point. It's right where the diagonal hits the folds. Same thing here. Incidentally, when you make this crease right here, this should be a perfect square inside of here. Okay. Alright, so now the orientation is important here. We want to fold, so take the part where the diagonals are close to the center line here, that side, and we're going to crease a diagonal fold here on this middle square, and it's going to go like this. We want a diagonal fold here, and the diagonal folds are going to go here. So the way to do that is simply line up the center fold with the center fold right there. And the same thing on this side. So watch, I'm going to take, if you watch my center fold here, let's see which line it is here. It's this mountain fold that you see there. As soon as that lines up with the center fold right there, then you know you're accurate, and you're going to let go, and you'll have a crease, not through the whole thing, but just to that center square. So I don't know if you can see that with the light here, but got a crease right there. Alright, so that's it. At this point we're going to work with the rim. So you're going to turn the paper sideways. We're going to go edge to the mountain fold and just crease that in half. This is a good time to use your little trick of doing a slight, very slight fudge factor. In other words, just a tiny bit less than all the way to the fold. And that way when you crease or when you fold the box and finish it up, it'll just go a little bit easier. So you can't really see it with the camera, but I'm folding all the way to that line, but just a tiny hair less. Okay, so there's my rim. Now, like with all my designs, pretty much, the raw edge is going to get folded under. You won't see it exposed when we're done. Okay, so the last step is we're going to take our box with the pyramid that we talked about there and here, and I'm going to take this long edge that's facing me and just flip it over like that. And this is sort of the magic part. You just take these two mountain folds here where my fingers are and crush them into the middle, and the box will fold. I'll show you again. So I'm going to, here's my crease, and then using the mountain folds that are right here on both sides, I'm just going to, what we're going to do is we're going to take that mountain fold and put it right inside. And when you do that, you'll get, this is going to be the end of the box. Alright, let's just go around to the other side and fix that side up. By the way, I started recently when I was folding this box, I started going ahead and reversing this. Since this is going to be the base of the box, it started out as a valley fold. If you want, you can go ahead and reverse that and make it a mountain fold right there. You don't really have to, because the process I just showed you does that for you automatically, but it makes it a tiny bit neater. Okay, so we're going to come to the end now, down here, and what we're going to do is just open up so you can see the triangle. And then what we're going to do is, if you sort of shove the whole thing onto the inside of the box, like that, we're going to take the edge and crease it like so. Well, not crease it, but we're pulling it all the way up top. So you can look at this and you'll see that there's a triangle here, and there's an underlying triangle that we're matching it up to. So that's all you're doing. It's actually like, when you explain some of these processes, they actually sound more complicated than they are. When you actually do it, it's really pretty easy to do. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this little corner and we're going to shove it down inside that little space down in there. So you just sort of slide it in there like so. Fix it up like that. The same thing on the other side. I'm going to take this corner and just slide it inside the little interior flap that you see right inside there. If you get it in there and then just sort of roll along that mountain fold, it'll slide in there very nicely. Okay, almost done here. Before you fold the this rim all the way in, I like to interlace this. I'll zoom in here so you can see this just a little bit more carefully. There's a little lip inside here, and I'm going to slide that in like so, so that you interlace these rims, this rim before we fold it in. Now you really could just stop right there, but I think it's nice to finish this out elegantly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold firmly with my thumb right where my little paper corner is there. Just hold it really firmly right on the corner and then just fold it down. There's already a crease there for you, so just be aggressive with it and fold it all the way down. And that will be the finish of the box with no raw edges. Okay, last one here. I'm just going to grab that little edge, crease it to the inside, go all the way around, and it'll just kind of fall down inside there very nicely. The last one. A little minor straightening here at the end just to make sure it's all nice and mixed up. And there you go. That's the basket box. Let's go back and look. Hope you enjoy folding that. I fold this a lot of times when I'm just sitting around and there's 8.5 by 11 paper and, like I said, brochure or something like that somebody leaves around and I'm bored. That's the little box I'll leave. It's sort of weird and not all that interesting, but this is the exact size for those little sugar packets, you know, like Sweet and Low and sugar packets that you see at a restaurant. You can stick those in there, they fit perfectly there. Thanks for watching. Happy folding.